Mic check, man. We have a whole podcast already going on before we started, right? At
Oh
D3.
yeah, yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
Uh, all right, Coach Anthony is about to come on. It's his D3, myself, and Coach Anthony today. Eric and Carla is off today, but we have some good stuff to talk about. All right, stand by, everybody. Highway 54.
The ongoing series about the life of the people touched by the love of the Pacific. Here are their stories. This is Highway 54.
Yo, everybody. Welcome to Highway 54, another installment, season 3. Coach Anthony is about to pop in right now. Hey, Coach Anthony, what's going on?
Hey.
Yo.
So we had a conversation, me and D3, and for those who know, I tried being vegan for 2 weeks. Have you tried that? It's very expensive.
Yeah, it's yeah, because it's popular.
It is.
Yeah,
And
so
every
manufacturers figure
but
out how to get fleeces. Yeah.
yeah, but every meal I had was tasty. It was good. I had the Impossible meatloaf. I had Impossible burger. I've had lasagna. I've had spaghetti. I've had, they were good. I mean, and I felt different, of course. Obviously, you would want to do it, for a longer period of time, a month or two. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is I watched this Netflix documentary called Game Changers, presented by James Cameron, and there's Arnold Schwarzenegger in there, Jackie Chan, big stars, Chris Paul, but a lot of the big athletes, these extreme athletes, even NFL people are going protein or plant-based meals. And there's the strongest man in the world. I forgot the guy's name, but he's breaking records and he's not eating meat. Nick Diaz versus McGregor. McGregor is a big meat eater, protein, blah blah blah, and where Nick Diaz was plant-based and vegan, he was making fun of him. But behold, who won? Nick Diaz.
Put them hands on them.
Oh yes,
Every time is a lot better, especially when you go plant-based.
Yeah. Good evening, everybody. Welcome for those tuning in. Again, we appreciate you guys coming in, and please comment at any time. Please comment, make some suggestions. We love to highlight your comments throughout the show. But anyways, I won't try vegan right now. Obviously, I probably, what was it? D3 you said about pescatarian? What's it called?
Pescatarian. You know, where a lot of people they're not really big on red meat or anything like that. It's mostly seafood, and
Seafood.
everything else is pretty much plant based.
Yeah. So I might be that. I love my sushi. So not big in eating a lot of cooked meat, cooked fish, but
Yeah.
my sushi I like. So we'll try that
Yeah.
vegan.
Yeah, you just got to listen to your body. That's it. So just
Yeah,
see what your body reacts to, and forget the judgment by anybody else. You know, people try to push their views on you or whatever. No, man.
Yeah.
No,
Oh, yeah. 'Cause I
tried it.
yeah, I've heard stories where diabetics have gone plant based and they like miraculously within 30 days to 60 days they're off either no insulin or off insulin, or some insulin every so often when they have an episode. But for the most part, it makes sense. Yeah, and we're talking about D3 about where most humans don't have those sharp teeth like the carnivores have,
The large canines. Yeah.
yeah, where they're meant to chew into meat and tear it up. Most humans don't have that. And if they do, it's probably just by genetic accident. But I think we're meant to eat more plant than we are more meat.
Yeah, but there's a couple research out there that will tell you can try the blood type diet. And I tried that for a bit, and I do notice that my body does react differently.
The blood type diet. What's that?
Blood type diet. What is that?
So you have to know what your blood type is. So each blood type determines on how much acid is in your stomach. So it actually determines on what foods will actually sit around and rot in your stomach versus actually being digested at a normal pace. So for me, as being my blood type is a B negative.
Okay.
Yeah, I like to be negative sometimes.
Mm.
But by being being negative, because I'm being negative, I can actually digest meat a little faster than most people who are A positive and so forth. So those are the things you would understand what those levels are. Yeah, because it's a really good research. The guy did a pretty good job. This is actually my old card. I'm sorry, I am B positive.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm B positive. And because I'm B positive, yeah, because I researched it. I mean, I noticed I tried almost like body hacking and tried different meats, tried different fruits and veggies.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually pretty cool.
Tim Atkins. What did you try? Vegan or what the blood what?
The blood type diet.
Blood type diet. Yeah.
Diet, yeah.
Yeah, I've never heard of
Is
that.
that still? Yeah, I never heard of that. That's my first time hearing that.
There's a little research. The one guy researched it. It was pretty popular back then when everybody was trying out different diets and all this veganism and stuff like that. But very few people went down that path. Most people went by just say cut out your fruits and vegetables or try these other, put somebody's name next to it in their diet. But the blood type one, I say it worked the best for me. It actually, you'll wind up having more energy eating those type of foods. When I try to go off that path and try to eat other foods, I'm a little sluggish, and I do notice that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you don't think that may be a placebo effect as far as like, okay, now I'm eating this type of food and
No, as I was reading it, I noticed that these are some of the things that I already know that gives me energy.
gotcha.
And versus like somebody can just wolf down like a steak and eggs and just be so tired. And for me, I'm like up and running. And like
Gotcha.
with the 5-hour energy drink, 5-hour energy, even though it might be plant-based, but because of whatever's in it, it actually puts me to sleep. It doesn't give me a boost. So is that a tea?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm giving a shout out to my brother-in-law Freddie. I'm drinking a half and half twisted tea.
Nice.
Yeah,
Knock somebody out with it. I gotta say.
I know, right? Could you imagine? But yeah, so that sounds interesting. I'm gonna look that up. I'm literally gonna start. I'm literally gonna start when I come back from the Philippines because in the Philippines I want to make sure I get the food that I want. But I'll pay more attention to eating more vegetables. If there is a cafe or restaurant out there that's vegan, I'll sure to try to make time to eat that kind of food. So, but because the foods are getting better and better, and just like meat and all that, tricking you into what it is. But anyways, it opened up my mind. I tried it before, but I think as we get older, right? We want to outlive, or at least stay healthy as long as possible. And so I'm
Right.
trying to get my parents. They're pushing 80, right? About to go push 80 soon. So I want them to be healthy and movable and still be able to enjoy life. And so there's several movies out there about plant-based and vegan and eating the right foods. But they're saying like bodybuilders. But what opened my mind is a lot of athletes are going plant-based and getting the good results that they want. So yeah, I think I might do that. So I think we'll kind of note our journey. Yeah, actually, if we want to do a challenge, we can all do vegan.
I mean, I would say I did it before with one of my colleagues, and we did the Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. So we all watched Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead, and
Yeah.
then we started doing smoothies instead of buying the whole juicer, because the juicer was at the time like $300, but we wasn't making
Yeah.
much. But we was like, we can buy a $20 or $30 blender.
Okay.
And so with that blender, we could go ahead on and just blend up our food and just kind of do it that way. And that's what we did for a week straight. And then we have one cheat day. And we did that for a whole month. And we noticed like our body habits change, how much energy we had, how much weight we've lost.
Okay.
And I maintained that weight since we tried it. And that was over, I'll say like 2013, 2012.
Oh wow.
I've been keeping it up since then.
And what's the biggest reason why you stopped?
One of our coworkers came to work with a gallbladder stone, and he actually had surgery, and it was about like this big.
Mm.
And he was actually taking it around. We was like, "How did you get that?" And he was saying is that the doctors told him that he needed to drink more water. What kind of find out was that he was eating Popeyes every day.
Oh wow.
So yeah, it was every day he come in with Popeyes, and now if you
That would do it.
if you look him up, he's like this whole holistic guy in the woods
Gotcha.
and everything like that. I'm like, that gallbladder stone changed your life.
Yeah.
See, in 2018, we as a family, we went vegan for a while, and then that's when I started noticing a whole lot of weight loss, and I was thinking,
Wow.
okay, so maybe I'm good. But then Carla, my wife, was telling me that I was having tremors at night and stuff like that too, and I'm thinking, being a dude, like, oh man, I just need some Gatorade, I'm okay. But when I went completely vegan during that time frame, that's when my thyroid started acting up. It was hyperactive.
What?
So I ended up losing close to 40 some pounds in a little bit more than a month. So I was on medication. I went to the doctor after she made me go to the doctor. So I ended up going to the doctor, and they were telling me what was going on and taking medication and stuff like that too, just to tell my pituitary gland and to tell my thyroid, look, okay, no, slow down his metabolism, because my resting heart rate was 110. And I was sweating like crazy. So as far as the like changing up the diet and everything like that too, what I try to do now, what I've tried within the past 2 weeks is I try to drink my breakfast. So instead of just eating meat or anything like that too as a lot, so what I try to do is force myself to have, I believe it's called, I wish I had brought it with me, but I have it right at work as a reminder that's the first thing that I have once I get to work. It's called Orgain Immunity Up. So it has 50 different organic items and mushrooms and stuff like that.
Oh wow.
And it tastes exactly like apple cider vinegar.
Wow.
So, not apple cider vinegar. It tastes like apple cider. But it's really, really good. So I'll make sure that's the first thing that I have. And then I wait until at least 11 o'clock and try to have a lunch and then have dinner later on in that evening. And my body reacts to it a lot better. So, the main thing is just listen. You got to listen to your body. And my body made me listen to it. So.
Gotcha. Yeah. I'm assuming not everybody can go vegan straight up, and you got to modify your meals according to your body. Yeah. Obviously, you want to do vegan and make sure you're seeing a doctor also, but and making sure everything else is not acting up. Yeah, like you said, things can happen. It's like, you know, like I can eat this and you can't. It just depends on your body and how your DNA and immune system works out. So,
Right.
but I think there is a good way of modifying, being more plant based, right? Eating the right foods and cutting soy and milk and, you know, all those things, man. So
Yeah, and definitely cut back on a lot of dairy. So.
cool, yeah. Well, hopefully we can document this new way of eating. Myself, at least for you know, I'm not obese, I'm not overweight, but I do have a lot of low energy and I have a gut. You know those skinny people with guts. I cut my beard right now, so I'm on the journey of trying to have a baby, and so I'm upping my fertility. So I went to a Chinese herbal doctor, and they gave me some stuff to knock down every day. So we'll see. Well, thank you guys. Yeah, so we'll have more stories about the vegan, our journey in here, and more diet. And actually, that's be a good segment about, you know, how to eat, and maybe get some experts out there, like your friend, and say, you know, things that, you know, we don't know about eating correctly or trying new diets. You know, people talking about. I think Eric tried the keto diet,
Yeah,
keto diet.
keto.
I don't know
Yeah.
nothing about that, but I know a lot of people do it. So
Yeah, Carlo was doing that for a while too.
yeah,
Keto diet,
yeah,
yeah.
we do it. All right, we've got a big topic today. A man is paying $500 a month in child support, and the child's mother is asking him to buy shoes, but his current wife is not in agreement. So we'll have some opinions about that, and hopefully, you guys can chime in. But in the meanwhile, let's have I've got cues. I've got questions with Mr. D3. Stand by.
Well, for those of you that know me, you know I'm constantly thinking about something one way or another. That's a blessing and a curse. But this particular week, I was thinking about something, and I ran it by my coworkers just to get their take on it. Big shout out to Sharkbite 002, who's happening, Gil, and to Troy and to Carl as well. I have I kind of had, it's not really a dilemma, but it's kind of like a weird take on something. I was reading an article, and it was about a guy who was having an issue finding love. You know, a lot of people go through that. Crazy thing is, the dude has 48 children, and he has a hard time finding love. He goes out on a date, and he tells the lady he's on a date with that um, that he has 48 kids, but they don't live with him or anything like that. And pretty much after that, the date is over. That's a red flag to whoever he's on a date with. And the reason why he started doing this was because he knew a lot of quote unquote same-sex couples were wanting to have kids and they weren't able to biologically. So he figured that online he would give his services. And what he would do was actually do everything that he could to protect his sperm, and he would donate it to them for them to actually have the kid. He can see the kid anytime he wants to, but they're not really in his life per se. So that's what I posed to my coworkers, and I want to pose that to everyone else that's out there viewing. How would you feel about that? Would you do that? What are the pros and cons of doing that in your eyes? I'm D3. I got questions.
The pros and cons of spreading your seeds and
From
not
yeah, go ahead.
being a part of their lives.
And you can be a part of their lives, but the thing is like, how much time can you spend with 48 kids? And he has 10 more on the way for donating his sperm. I mean, it said in the article that one thing he does is he makes sure that he has special underwear that he wears. He stands up a lot. He doesn't sit down a lot. And supposedly, because supposedly that because supposedly that hinders the testosterone in producing sperm. So
Okay,
me personally, I wasn't raised like that to put a kid out there and not be a part of
what
the kid's life.
what is
100%.
this guy's ethnicity? Let me see. I'm sorry. Am I saying
Yes,
right? Yeah,
what race he is?
you're white.
That's what right here.
Yeah. So I don't know. You know, it kind of hurts me a little bit because I've been trying to have one kid, you know, for years now, probably even 2 decades right now, and so it's very difficult for me to have. And then we find these kind of people, a guy who can have kids on a whim, one shot, and I got kids, right? It's like 48, 10 more on the way. I mean, I guess it's a blessing for him. Whatever makes him happy. I think 48 plus another 10. That's, to me, I feel like that's a part of his soul that's out in the world, his DNA, and he's doing, I guess, the world a favor. But I guess he sounds like a nice guy.
But what gets me is the contradiction behind it. You remember the rapper that died, Shorty Low? Remember he died, and there was a whole bunch of controversy about him having kids in the double-digit range.
Oh, wow.
What's the difference? There is no difference.
No.
So,
I mean, the people who have these kids are happy. The kids, I don't know. I guess the kids will be, some of them will be feel a certain kind of way. Like, they all have one father, and there's like 50 of us now, of having brothers and sisters around the world. I don't know.
And like one of my coworkers, he brought up a movie that talked about that years ago. Anthony Mackie, he was in that movie. It was called He Hate Me, I believe. I believe it's called He Hate Me. It was a Spike Lee movie to where this guy was providing his service to
Sean Kemp,
same-sex couples or just women that wanted to have a child, and he ended up doing it.
Yeah.
So that way, to me, there's more ramifications behind it.
Yeah.
So whether you in the kid's life, you can't be in every kid's life all the time.
Is he rich? Is he wealthy? Is he wealthy? Do you know if he's wealthy?
I don't think so. Because the picture I saw of him, they showed a picture. He was sitting like this with his legs open. I'm like, what? It was crazy, and he was wearing flip flops. It was looking crazy, but he considered himself providing a service, and women, whether they're in a relationship or not, are still hitting him up for his sperm. Because I guess for some reason they weren't trusting sperm banks or anything like that too. So they slid in his DM.
Serial sperm donor.
He beat it like it owed money. So,
bruh, his name is Kyle Gordy. He is 31 years old.
Wow.
Power stroke.
Wow.
From Los Angeles, California.
And he didn't start at 31. He just happened to be 31 now.
And he looks normal.
Yeah, so it's a regular
dude. So now that raises another question. So how long does it take for your body at that age to regenerate your sperm once you use it?
I don't know, man. This guy is a fertility god, I guess.
This dude is nasty. Dirty birdie.
He's got the thong flip flops on and everything.
Oh, he's chilling.
Right.
I don't know. He looks like he's playing for the other team, but I'm not sure.
I don't know. But he said he's providing.
I'm sorry, for the same team. He's playing for the same team. Sorry, what am I talking about? For the families who are infertile, that's probably what happens, or people, or maybe even females who are single. I mean, that's their life. That's their choice. I don't know how to say this, but peace be with them. I don't know. Say it's their world.
Man. I mean, to me personally, from a moral standpoint, I just can't see nobody out there younger than me, look just like me or whatever, and I'm not guiding them. I mean, but at the same time, one of my coworkers brought up a good scenario too. It's like, what if you did that for that family, and then that child is born, but the adults are abusive? You're stuck. The kid is stuck.
Yeah,
kids can't choose their parents, but if they're in an abusive relationship or whatever like that, I mean, what do you do? That
in a
bad situation.
What about those fertility doctors that impregnate women that are actually looking to be pregnant and then kind of find out it's actually the doctor's child, not their husband?
Ooh, yeah. That's that in UK somewhere, or London, or Norway?
Here in the US. There's I think it was
in America. It was in America, right? Yeah, it was in the States.
There's a full documentary about it. It's just 44 of them that's been caught or has been identify it, but you can't sue them for putting their sperm inside someone who wanted to be pregnant.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's the kids that's gonna have these emotional, ups and downs, and knowing that they have 50 plus siblings out there.
Yeah.
You're
Oh,
gonna,
wow.
yeah, they're gonna feel a certain kind of way.
Wow. Tim said it.
Uh,
Wow. Wow.
yeah, by accident. What happens when you
What?
grow up and you start dating siblings?
That
Yeah,
happened. That happened in
it,
the documentary.
yeah,
Yeah,
it
it was
does
in a
happen.
small town. I think it was about 40 kids from this one guy inside
Yeah.
a small
Well,
town of 400. I mean, like
wow.
400.
Wow. So yeah, I never. You know what? Good thing you talked about Tim. I never thought about that. But yeah, that's another side to it. What if you date your sibling?
Mhm. And they was just turning around. Was like, "Hey, are you my sibling?" So now they actually are just trying to figure out what to do.
Yeah.
Like to go outside the state or move completely just so they can have a love life.
Yeah, yeah. But according to the companies, for those who take in sperm donors, a sperm donor can donate as much as they want. So
And to Divine Eye's point, what he was saying in the article was that he didn't mention a contract or anything like that too. He's
Mm.
like, he just gave up his sperm. He's like, okay, so y'all do what y'all got to do. I'm out. And then he basically brags about having all those kids out there, but he's still upset at the fact that he can't find a loved one of his own. So he really didn't mention any contracts or anything like that too. The same
gotcha.
thing that sperm banks do as far as
Yeah.
giving up rights or anything like that too. He said, if I'm in their life, cool. If I'm not, that's cool too.
Mhm.
Me personally and morally, I can't live like that. That's just me.
Yeah, I forgot that aspect of the question. Yeah, and that's hard. It's hard to tell somebody, like, to kind of coach them or advise people to find love. Um, I don't know if that's a curse or that is circumstances or something someone can help women with, but love is hard, man. I think we all struggle with love, and it's hard for us to give advice, but it's really in your own self to follow, your destiny with somebody. We can't force love on somebody. We can't. We can't really. My experience of falling in love is going to be way different with the next person and you. So we can only share our experience, and it's for him to find that, whether it be today, tomorrow, or the next day. So for him, man, I don't know. I'll tell you, man, probably stop having that many kids and like
Yeah.
turn yourself around.
Let's flip the script to the ladies that are tuning in. How would you feel about telling a guy that you donated 48 of your eggs and you got 10 more on the way that you're trying to donate? How do you think he would feel about that if you're trying to find someone of your own? Me personally, I think it's easier for a woman to get into a relationship with a man, whether it's good or bad relationship is something totally different. But I think it's easier for a woman to date than it is for a man to say that he's on the market and get somebody.
Good question. Really good question. I know that there are females out there that do donate their eggs.
Right.
Same reason why guys would donate their sperm for infertility.
Right.
I think,
Mama drama though.
yeah,
Baby mama drama, you have to worry about it.
Yeah, it's true. But later down the road, are you going to be ding dong DMs?
Hi, my name's
Hey,
Tim, and
I think you're my mama. I think you're my father, and so you times that 2 by 48 times another 10. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Throughout your whole life, you're gonna have probably kids trying to reach out to you, say you might be my daddy, you might be my mom, my mama, and so
those are called
a lot of
twins born around the same time.
Yeah. Or I just had kid with my brother and sister, and it's all your fault.
Now, is it in the same city though? Because if he's doing it with other women across the country,
but he said he people contact him online, so I'm sure it's not just in the same city. I'm
okay.
sure it's all over. It just depends on whoever hits him up. If it's online, they could be anywhere.
Well, he promotes his services, which are free. Wait a minute. Okay.
He's not getting paid. He's not getting any type of compensation whatsoever. He's just skeet skirt. I'm out.
Okay, there's a new twist now. So he promotes his services, which are free, through social media instead of going through a sperm bank. He gives his semen. Wait, he gives his semen directly.
Yeah, he in there.
His sperm. He has usually it's single moms, lesbian couples, and husbands and wives who are struggling to conceive on their own. I guess it's cheaper because he's free.
It's a lot cheaper. Because I had somebody on my show that did that because they wanted to be a mom by choice. And her thing was, I think if it wasn't for her insurance, she'll be out of pocket around $3,000 to $4,000 going to a sperm bank. But because the insurance was able to pay for it, she only had to come out of pocket for like $17.
Wow. Divine says men don't have the same physical connection that women do. They don't have the same, but they do. They have. I
think men are closer to their daughters for a certain time frame.
Yeah.
As opposed to their sons. When the sons get older, they a lot of times the men are close to their sons. But I mean, it fluctuates. It fluctuates. Wow.
Well, yeah. So he's doing it for free. I guess they go to genetic testing. They got semen analysis, STD testing. Doesn't drink alcohol. He tries to eat all organic foods, and his sperm is in tip top shape. You got like 50 plus kids.
Yeah.
got them swimmers.
pays no child support. This motherfucker.
He's winning. That's what you're saying.
He is winning. And he's only 31 years old.
Hashtag winning.
Yeah. I think the universe is telling him something.
But he goes direct though. Like, could you imagine just be like,
Yeah.
But he's only one guy because there's multiple guys out there that do that.
Because now what if they have issues dating too?
I think they did a special with him on Ellen with a guy. It was a black guy that did it. With a lot of women who were just wanted to have children, but they were in same-sex relationships and single and stuff like that. So that's where his market was.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Was he doing it for free?
He does it for free?
That I don't know. I think he might have charged.
Yeah. Though it would make sense after, like, man, you can't do it all for free. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Unless he does a really good job and he's like, I don't care. I'm just gonna donate my sperm to these.
He keep doing that, he's gonna go blind.
Yeah, probably. He don't look anything unusually. I mean, but then again, I know no. Like I said, women and couples, they have their reasons. So it's not like he's forcing people to have their babies. So he's not by himself. So.
And like Carla said, his meat probably raw and bruised.
You gotta put it in a splint.
Yeah. Shirley Baker. Well, if he needs kidney later, a kidney down the line. Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah, didn't think about that.
He has many health. Well, that's another pro.
But hold on. Do you really think a kid who doesn't have a connection with him is gonna really donate a kidney to him? Oh, you created me, but you were never in my life until you needed something? You don't think the kid would feel some kind of way?
If they signed up to be on that donor list, in case they pass away before he do. Guaranteed.
That's true.
But again, the emotional responsibility from the child, though.
Yeah.
So how come you ain't come and check up on me? That kid's going to be pissed.
I would say about 80% of them is going to be that way, but another 20% probably not going to be like, yeah, Dad, you can have my kidney.
A lot of numbers, yeah.
Yeah, you can have my bone marrow. Yeah. Looking at that. But I'm looking what I'm reading here. He's pretty healthy, so probably not. He looks like he's a vegetarian or a vegan probably.
Well, wait till he get married,
know.
like on his own.
There's people that died on treadmills. So I mean, hey,
Yeah.
if it's your time, it's your time. It is what it is, man. You can look how you want to look, but when the Grim Reaper come, hey, man, you can't charge that one to the game. That's a wrap.
Yep.
You're done.
Yeah. But I think at the end of the day, it's these women and couples, seeking his services. So it's not entirely his fault. He's just thinking that he's helping people. So, and on the flip side, he's having problem locking down, love, and maybe that's the universe telling him, "Man, stop, bro. I think it's enough. I think you've gave enough."
So the second part of this story was, I mean, not to hog any more time, was just to put it on people's mind. The second part of this story was the fact that he couldn't find love, even though he has all his faculties about him. But I also read an article that same day about a guy who was born with a genetic condition to where he doesn't have a jaw, a bottom jaw. He doesn't have a mandible, but he has a full-fledged girlfriend who's in it with him for the long haul.
Yeah.
Which brought up another set of questions we might talk about at a different time, but there's somebody out there for everybody. So just because he can't find love for having kids, for having 48 and 10 on the way, it doesn't mean that his cause is completely lost.
Because the guy with no jaw probably has a big dick.
Emotional, damn it.
That's how the universe works, guys.
Yeah, because he doesn't have a bottom jaw, so he can't go downtown. So hey,
he is John Holmes in the flesh.
Emotional, damn it.
How would that be if he actually went down there though?
He can't, because he can't talk or anything like that. He talks through sign language, and he has a ostomy. He has a tracheostomy. So,
yeah.
So he must have a tripod. So
yeah. That's why I always say, like, someone. Yeah, I'm telling you, he probably does. He that's the only reason. That's the only thing I can think of right now. But yeah, I always say, no one's ugly, because someone's always cute or beautiful in someone's eyes. So I mean, that's prime example. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody can get somebody. I think it's people being too scared to try, too picky. All the above.
Ugly. Call somebody
introvert,
ugly.
all that stuff.
I've seen dudes call somebody ugly because she turned them down. Oh, so now she ugly? You just try to holler. She said no. Now she ugly. Come on, man, stop.
Yeah,
stop it.
The dude with 48 kids is probably an asshole, and he probably has a small dick. That's probably what happens. Oh. He just got big balls.
He probably
saggy balls.
Yeah, he probably just because he's fertile. That's probably it.
They call me Skeet Magooter. What's that?
he got one of those balls that it always sags out of his shorts and shit. Like, what the fuck?
Jackass.
Yeah. Like a tennis ball on a rag. A dirty rag.
Looks like
a dirty hairy rag.
It looks like a bit of honey with lint on it.
Yeah. Best way, baby. Because the warmer the nutsack is, the warm it warms up the semens, and so got to be saggy balls.
So that goes back to what that ball cooler.
That ball cooler, yeah.
The ball cooler in the car.
That's a great idea.
What was that? Wasn't it? You had a ball cooler machine early on this year that you started talking about. It was called like a nut cooler. Remember you pulled that up like early on in the show. Well, at least when
it was season 2. We talked about D3. Remember, we talked about washing your nuts. There was a machine that wash your nuts.
Yeah, that's right.
Like how they have the little Radio Shack shit where they vibrate the glasses and they clean all that shit. You can do that to your balls.
Emotional, damn it.
I mean, you gotta wash your balls. Some guys don't wash their balls.
Hey,
so.
Get you some dude wipes and call it a day, man.
Yeah, they just let the water drip and call it a day.
Don't mess with water and electricity. Leave that alone.
All right, Coach Anthony, you ready?
I am ready.
All right, buddy. Hold on.
right, everybody. So, what we're going to talk about today is talking about our habits. And that's where I come in, is to talk about your financial habits. Now, we got to first understand what is a habit and actually what are our triggers to do things in the first place and what are we actually looking for to accomplish. And so, what perfect book then? The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg, if you guys haven't read this yet. Awesome book. You only have to go through like the first two chapters and you got the whole gist of everything. So, in the first chapter, I'm just kind of read a couple snippets here because this actually brings out that routine and things I want you to start thinking about. So, the process within our brains is a 3-step loop. First, there is a cue, a trigger that tells your brain to go into automatic mode in which habit to use. Then there is a routine, which can be physical, mental, or emotional. Finally, there's a reward, which helps your brain figure out if this particular loop is worth remembering for the future. So if you do this for about like 3 times. So if you guys can see the little picture here, this is how it works. So it always work with the cue, the routine, and then the reward. So that's pretty much the basis of everything that we do around here. And I thought this was actually a pretty good topic to bring up. So this is actually coming from another insert from, the reason why we brush our teeth every day. So the first thing that they have here is that you have to learn that these are 2 basic rules, which is first, if you're actually out here selling things and when you start looking at commercials, you're going to start looking at commercials differently. So the first thing you want to notice on every commercial, they're going to find a simple and obvious cue. Secondly, it's going to be clearly defined. They're going to clearly define the rewards. So they say here, if you get those elements right, Hopkins promised, it was like magic. Look at Pepsodent. Not even sure what Pepsodent is, but he had a cue, tooth film, and a reward, beautiful teeth. That persuaded millions to start a daily routine. Even today, Hopkins' rule is a staple for marketing text. Staple of marketing textbooks and a foundation of millions of ad campaigns. So all you need is really just 2 things, which is a cue and a rewards. So when you think about like why you buy your cell phone, hey, do you have a crappy cell phone that isn't, I don't say crappy, but they'll say, does your cell phone work every time you turn it on? And then that is one of the cues that you're looking at. Well, yes, my phone turns on, but sometimes it don't. But then they guaranteeing that this is it. So now your routine is, then they tell you how to start using the product, which is generating that routine. What do you need to start doing every time? And then you actually get the satisfaction of having a workable phone. So as we were just talking about, as far as eating habits, talking about reproductive rights, what are those rewards that want you to even change your habit? What are those cues? Like, hey, you want high energy. Well, start eating your fruits and vegetables in the morning, or before you start eating, start drinking water. So I'm already telling you what routines to turn into so that you can have that reward. And that's what that comes in at the end of everything. So I want you to go out there and think about all the routines that you do on a daily and figure out how to pretty much you're doing a brain hack on the way how you thinking. The way how you thinking, the way how you think about life, in the way how you think about yourself. And I'm Anthony, and this is a segment from the About That Wallet podcast.
Yeah, actually, I read that book a couple years ago, not about 3-4 years ago. The Power of Habit. I think one of the things I really liked from that book is, uh, I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. Change might not be fast, and it's always it isn't always easy to make that change. But with time and effort, almost any habit can be reshaped. And the little things that you do may not be significant, but in the long run, right? Weeks, months, and years, it actually is a powerful thing too. So, and we're all creature of habit, and we sometimes don't even think about it. So if you make a habit where you don't think too much about it, it'll help you in the long run. For example, eating healthy and being vegan and putting sunscreen, and putting a condom before you do it with significant other that's you don't know that maybe.
Hold on.
I don't know what type of show this turned into.
You said significant other that you don't know. What
Right.
A lot of people have significant others, nightly,
They
daily.
don't know.
They didn't know that night. They know them like an hour ago.
I know
No,
you for
joking.
24 hours, but I think this is forever.
Yes, Magnum is my habit. But no, little habits like that. The Power of Habit is a actually really good book. I like reading it. I should read it one more time. It's a good book, but little things, man. It's the same thing with money. The little habits of how you invest your money, save your money, pay your bills. It pays off in the long run. So yeah, it's like working out too, right? You work out. I mean, if you work out today, it doesn't mean you're gonna have big ass biceps tomorrow.
Right. But you remember that how you felt that first time. But they telling you like keep up that routine and you can get this reward. Like these 6-pack abs, or if you're looking for energy, if you're looking to be able to hold your wife in case something happens.
Yeah.
These are the things that you kind of look into.
Good book. Yeah, The Power of Habit. Why we do what we do in life and business, and so it's the whole universe. The little things that we do daily: sunscreen, saving money, investing money, working out, eating correctly.
I ain't gonna front. It was a myth that Black folks don't need sunscreen, and I found out the hard way.
No, you need sunscreen.
Don't use it. So.
Yeah, I've seen some old Black people, like, damn, you put some sunscreen on.
Hey.
Crackling.
But the bad thing about it is a lot of times people put it on once and think it's good. No, it's only good for 4 hours if you're not in water.
Yes.
If you get in water, then you need to reapply.
That is correct. Yep. At least every 4 hours, you should reapply more sunscreen.
Now, do you do SPF 50 or 35 because of your skin tone? Does it change?
Anything above 30 is okay.
Okay.
Obviously, if you're predominantly in the sun, like 80% of the time you work, obviously the higher SPF, the better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I had I'm like a guy and everybody else. I only put SPF when I went to the beach or to the park and all that. But you need it daily, every day,
especially on your face. And my thing was, I put some on my
neck.
face, and my skin's so oily, I'll break out. So I would neglect my face, and that's one of the first spots that starts peeling, which is not good.
Your nose too, especially your nose.
I would challenge you to get your face tested, because I actually thought my face was oily. And when I get to the mall and they was like, your face is actually dry, and kind of found out my body was overproducing the moisture. So I thought I was oily, but actually they was like, you're lacking moisture. So I needed the body was overcompensating. So I'd actually start putting on lotion on my face.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I know spots like right around my nose was really, really dry. Then other spots like my forehead and my cheeks or whatever would get quote unquote oily or whatever, So
if you want quality product, a little bit more expensive, but it goes a long way, try the product called Eminence. Just how it's spelled. Eminence products. They're hungry. They do have some really good products, vegan, not tested on animals, organic. They smell great and they have great SPF products. Why? My spa uses it, and we're Eminence country. It's out of Hungary, but I think their office is out of Canada. Anyways, check it out, Eminence. Let's see if I can get the.
Yeah, so we can get the link for that.
The link. Great products. I've been using it. I've been using it for almost a year now. So yeah.
We got a lot of stuff from the Body Shop that had tea tree in it, tea tree oil and stuff like that too, and that helped me out a lot.
Yep. Eminence. It's it's very rare to find these products at a spa because they're very picky. Let me put it on YouTube here. Or chat room eminence. Oh,
See, that might be a question that that I might have. I might have to contemplate for next week. Some of the skincare stuff that we did growing up and how bad it really was. Yeah, it was crazy. It's like I'm putting Noxzema on my face. I'm doing all types of crazy stuff. We're putting baby powder down our neck and on our chest, and baby powder like, oh.
Well, I mean, technically, any SPF is better than no SPF. But if you want something organic, it smells great, and very quality product, a little bit more expensive, but it goes a long way. You can add, it's very concentrated. You can add a little water on the moisturizer, all the moisturizer. You add a little water, and it lasts a lot longer. Like I've had my SPF for like 4 months now. And I use it every day. So, I mean, and the moisturizer still. Check it out. They have really great products. If you get lucky, DM me and I'll send you some samples.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And when I survived using Stay Soft Fro, using
cocoa butter,
Bactine, and Mercurochrome on cuts and all types of stuff. And, oh my God.
All right, let's go to the hot topic of the day. Here. Well, we have family and friends. We may have people in our family, friends of circles who pay child support. It happens. It's nothing new, and a good portion of the country do take care of their child. So there's a man who is paying $500 a month in child support, and the child's mother is asking him to buy shoes, but his current wife is not in agreement. And before we say anything here, I want to share the video of him pleading his case, and you can actually hear the wife talking to. Give me 1 second. You guys hear it? Nope.
Got to choose between my child and my marriage, and the shit getting old. It's getting very old and frustrating.
Between your child and your marriage, what is you doing? I mean, like, what's going on?
I'm recording, man.
No, I ain't recording because you ain't dropping that shit. I don't give a damn about no Facebook, no YouTube, or nothing. No. Hey, I don't care nothing about that. Because my thing is right here, you pay $500 a month. You can drop it. I'm gonna put your business out there. You pay $500 fucking dollars a month in child support. It ain't nobody but doing no extra. No shoes, no clothes, no toys, no nothing. Fuck all that.
Talking about, man, my son needs some shoes.
I don't give a damn. No, she can get the shoes out of child support money. She get the shoes out of child support money. That's what you pay child support for. The court ordered child support. You ain't got to do shit else. And she ain't gifting nothing else. She should have never took the fucking child support out if she needed more money.
You shouldn't feel like that, though.
Why shouldn't I feel like that?
Man, that's my fucking child.
I don't fuck that child. Fuck you.
Whoa.
Wow.
$500 fucking dollars a month in child support. You ain't buying no shoes. You ain't buying no fucking shoes. You buy shoes. You buy them shoes. You buy them shoes. That's it. That's it. I'm saying you pay child support. What you pay the child support is for?
I'm saying, still though. If you need some shoes, I'm gonna get the shoes.
No, you ain't getting no shoes out of here. You ain't. It don't matter. It does not matter. No.
It does
This
matter.
is the shit I got to go through. It's like I got to choose.
So it does matter. Come on.
It's one of two things. That's the reason why I like separate bank accounts, because it's like if they sharing bank accounts and that $500 is going towards a household, that's like he's taking it out the pot of the household money, then yeah, I can see why she's angry. But if it's to the point where it's his own money in his own bank account, he can do what he wants to. But it better not be complaining about why things aren't being paid for or something like that. Oh, I don't have it because he wanted to go. I mean, I understand, like, that's what child support is supposed to be for. It's supposed to take care of the child. Now, what the mother is doing with that money is another thing. So, I mean, that's my take on it. I'm with the lady, but I ain't, like, not all the way where she said after child though, but like,
No, not fuck your child. I mean,
right.
You gotta show some kind of empathy. I get what you're saying, that there's a budget, and if you're taking her money, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But he's not entirely wrong either.
No, because he should be able to do what he wants with his money
Yeah.
and for his child,
Yeah.
regardless if he got to pay child support. But
Carlos says $500 monthly is not hardly enough to raise a child. Think about the mother paying rent, electric, clothes, healthcare, everything else. Tim's saying both women are wrong, manipulating the system, and the wife is not helping with the attitude. But I mean, it's nothing new. Like, kids need clothes and shoes. And sometimes kids outgrow their clothes faster than most some kids, right? It happens.
yeah,
But you can't just say, fuck it, here's $500 and you should take care of the kid entirely. But he's saying it's not your money, it's my money.
I need more context. I'm only hearing two parts to it. The dude and his wife with the debate. I personally, I like to have all the information before I make a decision.
Yeah.
I guess I need to know exactly, is that the only child in that household, which goes back to a couple of episodes back to where the lady had an issue with the dude buying his son McDonald's and not for all the other kids.
right.
So I'm wondering, is she getting 500 from everybody else if she just happens to have any other kids? But if that's the case, then shoes are minor. What type of shoes does a kid need? It's coming up on, if this was recent, it's coming up on time for the kid to go back to school. So regardless, the kid is going to need shoes no matter what. Is shoes really going to break them? And if that's the case, there could even be a compromise. You can pay for the shoes after he already gave up that 500 for that month, but deduct the amount of the shoes in your next month's payment. It's that simple.
Yep.
It doesn't take all of that. It doesn't take her to say F the kid or whatever, because kids are off limits. She's wrong as hell. And if he stays in that relationship and she's saying F your seed, that's a problem too. That can't be the first time she felt that way.
Right.
There's so many other variables in there that we don't even have the whole story. She wrong as hell for that. Shoes are not that expensive. I can understand what the kid needs and what the kid wants. The kid might want some Yeezys or some Jordans, but this is what I'm going to get you because you don't have a job to pay for it for your damn self. I can get you some shoes. Like Carla said, $65. I'll make it happen. I'll make it work. But what you ain't finna do is say F my child, because by saying F my child, you're saying F me too. Yep. And you're married to me.
Yeah.
So that's a problem. That's a huge problem.
Accept that child, then. She's not going to ever accept the child even when it grows up.
Yeah. Yeah.
She ain't no way that she felt like that just for that argument. She's been feeling like that the whole time, whether it's directed towards the kid or directed toward the mom and the kid. There's some animosity there. But like Carla said, she knew that before she got married to the dude that he had a child. Unless he had a child while they was together. And that brings up a whole nother set of questions. But you don't say F a child. The child ain't had nothing to do with that.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm hoping that she out of anger that she said that, and hopefully that's not how she really feels. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody had a life before you meet your current partner, right? And the kid's not their fault.
No.
And your relationships with other friends and family, that's before you. That is something that is part of who Anthony is, or D3 or Carla or Floyd. You can't just dismiss them, say fuck them all.
No,
fuck your kids. Who says that?
That to me, that right there would have ended the whole conversation. And being as petty as I am, I would have went and posted the same way I posted that argument. I would have posted that I got him some shoes.
Yep.
While him in the car with me, and then go right back home, chest out, shoulders back, and be like, "What?"
And then she'll be like, "Get out then."
Yeah, Mama Barbara. How somebody get behind on
emotional, damn it.
That was for you, Mama Barbara. Oh, damn.
Ouch.
Ouchie. Look, we ain't here to call people out. No, I trust. Wait, look, wait. No, look. I know this is a really touchy issue for a lot of people, and fuck. I understand. I get that, man. But without knowing all the facts, right? Like you said, D3, it's hard to really give a great advice or whatever. I think both sides have a right and a wrong. But at the end of the day, what she said, hopefully she could take that back. You don't say fuck your, like saying fuck your mom, fuck your kids before. You know what I'm saying? You can't say that.
Oh, no.
Because that's their blood, that's their family, and you want the guy to say to say that was you have other kids from other people, and I said fuck your kids. What if you said that? If I said that?
Well, that's the question. Is it sounds like she doesn't have any children of her own. Because if she did, I don't think she would have said that either.
Yeah,
I don't know, but it might be the problem. The fact that they might have kids together, but that kid isn't with her. Maybe that's the issue. We don't know. But either way, she wrong as two left shoes.
Yeah, but also this, guys, I'm gonna tell you guys a little story, man. I know social media is a way of like connecting and reconnecting with people, but you don't gotta put every motherfucking thing out there for the world to see. Otherwise, you open the Pandora's box of people butting into your business, and you're gonna get a lot of. I mean, I guess if you're doing it for the likes, fuck, do it that way. But that sounds kind of personal.
Exactly. People keep receipts. So like, oh, ain't you the dude that wife punked him about buying shoes for your kid? Oh, you ain't no man. So now that's a whole nother issue, face to face, that you got to deal with. I mean, not everything is for social media. Not everybody needs to know your business.
Yeah.
Especially something that serious. That is extremely serious.
But here we are, we're talking about it, and actually, it may help other people in the same situation. Like, we have a few comment here. People have been in the same situation. But I mean, at that moment when she said "fuck your kids," I walked off.
Yeah, ain't nothing to talk about.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's like Edwin said, that marriage was already doomed. There's other red flags and other issues that had to kick in.
Yeah,
there might be holes in the wall.
Yeah. It's like I said, it's going back to people in your lives before you. You can't entirely write them off, especially if they're blood. My baby's daddy's wife tried it, and with Ariel was in school and got her feelings hurt. He says he wasn't going to change what he was doing. That goes back to she knew what she married him for.
Right.
Yep.
But
she wrong as hell.
Yeah, I think so. I think there are a lot of circumstances where $500 is not enough. It's not, especially here in California. I don't know about any other state. Probably in Texas, maybe it might be enough, but not here in California.
But isn't it income based on what he makes though?
Yeah,
so if he only makes that much, I mean,
yeah.
What can she get?
The judge is the one, saying, okay, based on his income, percent here, this is what they're gonna get. So, I think this is a big teaching moment for her and for him, and if not like most of us are not great communicators, so I don't know if they're gonna solve this,
Yeah.
But, I mean, I said it's his child and his money.
Yep.
So, but again, like I said,
that's a child. My God.
But here, and Coach Anthony backed me up on this. Like, if you come in a point in your life, or you've been in a point in life this whole time, where a pair of shoes is going to hurt you, you need to reevaluate your life.
Right.
Now, we're not talking about $300, $800 shoes. That's a different story.
No.
We're talking about maybe $30, maybe 50. I don't know.
Shaq has a kids line in Walmart. Make it happen.
Yep.
Yeah. Shaq is a great example. I think he has many stories about seeing single families in Walmart. He has a habit. Hey, where's your mom? Where's your dad? I'm going to buy you a bike. I'm going to buy you a bike for the rest of the year, whatever, buy clothes and all that. And Shaq is a prime example of always trying to give back, because he wasn't the best father in the world, and he always trying to makes up for his kids and his time away from his kids. So I love Shaq. Shaq is a great guy.
And also you can get some You can get some plain canvas shoes from Amazon for like $20. I mean, he could have just added up to the Amazon account right quick, slid over $20. Here you go.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
again, it goes back. I mean, what's really going on with their finances if a pair of shoes, which is a necessity for a child anyway, because they grow so quick? I mean, is that really putting them out?
Yeah.
I mean,
if it under $50 gonna put you out, you're fighting over $50.
Mm-hmm. Now think about it from this
change
angle.
your habits.
Think about it from this angle. Kids are about to go back to school. Now, if they're going back to school, there's a lot of stuff that they have on a school list that they need to get, which is a lot more than just a pair of shoes. Between books, backpacks, paper, pencils, all types of stuff. Well, that is way more than just a pair of shoes. She could have tried to bleed the block and just like, okay, could you help him out with his school stuff? And God forbid he go to a school that has a uniform.
mm-hmm.
That's even more money in itself. So just a pair of shoes is absolutely nothing compared to what it could have been.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I'm Edwin. I think we said that
right. That's what I'm
just
saying.
Going by the information that we hear. Yeah. We don't know the entire story. But I feel like he's talking to his wife at least, right? You know, like a lot of fathers, a lot of guys like, fuck it, I'm going to buy it. And then she finds out later. I mean, it could have been that way too, or he's actually asking his wife, "Hey, I need to buy shoes for my kid." So he's asking courtesy. I don't know, not knowing the whole story.
It's like it says. Well, it's good that he's trying to communicate, but is she trying to hear it though? No. Well, she heard him clearly, but she's just not accepting it.
Yeah.
Right?
It is
the divine saying, take the kids to Google. You know what? I'm gonna tell you something, man. I've got 17 nieces and nephews. And I see a lot of young kids at my school, going to school. And you know what? If you see the trend now happening, retro is in. So what does that mean? Meaning they are digging into your closet or auntie's closet or uncle's closet or grandfather's closet and recycling clothes. It's not all about the brand. It's about the look. And if you look at the hairstyles now, it's about the look. It's not about the brand. Remember, I think we all kind of grew up in the time where like Abercrombie and Finch and cross color, like you have to have fucking polo. Back in the days in 2090s, and you had to have polo. You had to have Gucci. Yeah. But if you see the kids nowadays, what are you wearing? I don't know. I went to Goodwill. I went in mom and dad's closet and picked up these Jordashes or whatever it is. And so I think we're in a time where Goodwill and Salvation Army or even rummaging through garage sales are in, and the kids are not ashamed except for shoes.
Hey, Kid Mango, watch this. So I got go ahead, Anthony.
You can still do shoes. Surprisingly, shoes is a very popular item
Ross
on eBay.
Oh yeah. Retro shoes. Yeah,
because you can always swap out the soles. You don't have to worry about that.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
that's true. So you can save the top, swap up the soles, and that's a great idea actually. Yeah, we're in the land of TikTok and do it yourself kind of thing, and people are like, "Hey man, I just saved myself $150." You know that guy.
Kid Mango, watch this. I got a quick question for some of our viewers. For Carla, Edwin, Shark Bite, Divine Eye, we got a question for y'all. What retro clothes would you sport right now? Y'all want a pair of Sergio Valentes? Jordan?
Members only. If you watch the show, I've been rocking members only.
Oshkosh Bagosh.
Oshkosh. I've been trying to find. I have Carl Kanai. And some Sean, some what do you call that?
Sean
Johns, some Sean Johns.
I'm telling y'all's age basically, but
yeah. We can do it. Look, hey guys, here's a challenge. You guys rock I'm probably pretty sure you have in your closet some vintage cross colors or Carl Kanai or Jordache or whatever polo. Let's rock it. Let's take a picture. Send it to us, or for those like who know, they can pop in and their screen, pop into our podcast and show what you got. Let's do some retro clothing. Lee jeans. Oh, those are tight. I'm actually looking for those. Those who know, yeah, those pop rockers, yeah, pop lock, skids, pro wings.
He just gave a shout out.
I had to look at those pants. The Z Cavaricis, they look like
dude. Those are the shit. The Z
Really?
Cavaricis. Yeah, those are nice, man.
Oh man,
I
would not
rocking
that.
that.
You used to have it there. I'm not wearing these.
All right, we got a new segment before we go. Thank you guys for tuning in, but we got one more segment, and I did at the end because me and Carl and D3 and Coach Anthony and Eric, we love music, and so we try to incorporate music as much as possible. So we love covers. I love live music. So here's a new segment called Coverland. All right. This is, I think they're in India. I'm not sure. They're called Polynesia. I'm sorry. They are called Nosy and Milla, and they are doing a cover of the Eagles. Name that tune. Hold on. Can you hear it?
She's rocking a dashiki. That's dope.
Lost and lonely. Now you've given me a will to survive. We are and love will keep us alive.
How do you like that?
No.
I wasn't mad at that. You said they were East Indian?
I think they're Polynesian. I'm not really sure if they're Polynesian or Indian. Well, Nosy and Milla.
They're dashiki though.
On YouTube. Yeah. What do you guys think?
I wasn't mad at that at all.
Yeah. Have you guys watched Crazy Rich Asian?
Yes.
Yes, and that there was a cover. There was a cover of what do you call that? Can't stop falling in love with you, or no?
Is that the
It
song
was in the
by-
wedding.
by, UB40?
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyways, that cover resurgence of that love song, Can't Help Falling in Love with You. Yeah, Can't Help Falling in Love with You. Sung on the wedding song at Crazy Rich Asian. So this group right here is a duet called Nosy and Milla, and they've got on YouTube. Look them up. They have great covers, and so I don't want to. And I'm actually looking at a cover for my wedding, and they're Eagles are always, you can't go wrong with the Eagles.
Eagles, Journey, Foreigner.
Yeah. All right, guys. That is it for us. Dude, if you guys want to do the challenge, let's go, everybody. Rock your vintage clothing next Sunday right here with us at Highway 54. I've got a lot of vintage. D3 knows I've been doing like Sean John, Carl Kanai, members only. So let's rock it.
And real quick to our listeners, we appreciate y'all being here. But if y'all got some vintage clothing that y'all want to like email us or text us or something like that,
yeah,
a picture of it, just put us up.
Yep. All right, guys. Thank you, guys. You know, do us a big favor. It's all free. Subscribe, like, share. Also, About That Wallet every Wednesday at what time?
8 p.m. Eastern.
8 p.m. Check them out. About That Wallet, same thing. Like, subscribe, and share. That will help us a lot. Thank you guys for joining us. Tim, who else was out there? Divine, Edwin, always. Next week we'll also do some advice.
Mama Cotman.
Mama Barbara. Carl.
Timothy Nasal Rod.
Shark Bite. Who's Shark Bite?
That's my coworker. Divine Eye. My coworker. G Money Gill. G Money.
All right, Divine. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. We will see you guys all next week. All right. We are Highway 54, D3 in the house.
Yes,
Coach
sir.
Anthony. All right. We'll talk to you later.
All right.
We hope you enjoyed the show today. Do us a favor and click on the like button or share our podcast. Thanks for listening. Till next time, we are Highway 50.